am I doing here? Participants mode. Who can send a message? Okay, perfect. Reactions. All right. Let's see how everybody's doing today. I'm gonna let people roll in here. How you doing, Leotis? Thank you for showing up. 2 Twitch viewers. I appreciate you guys. If anybody else wants to view on Twitch, feel free to go over to Twitch and follow me over there. That is a great platform. Something happened to this phone. I'm trying to go live on TikTok as well. Let's see. I'll give some time for people to roll in here. Hello from London. Hi from Pennsylvania, from the U.S. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I really do. Wrong live stream. Can't go live on my golf one. Let's go live on the other one. What's happening here? What's the other one? My finance TikTok. There. How does TikTok for finance in general? Wait, how's TikTok for finance in general? That's the also does it. How is it? I mean, it's okay. It's not anything crazy. Like, I feel like YouTube is just way better. The amount of followers you have on YouTube mean more than the followers you get on TikTok. In order to have like a decent living or make an income or have sponsors or anything like that, I would say you need to have like a lot of followers. Definitely over 100,000 to see the bare minimum of like sponsorships and stuff. But you need to have like 500,000, which is I would say the equivalent of about 50,000 on YouTube. So it's okay. Wait, don't allow. Why would I allow it to access nearby devices? All right, so we got 30 people here. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you guys for being here. It does help out when you join the channel and be a part of the chat. I mean, I appreciate it. We are in subscribers only, so if you're not subscribed, you're not going to be able to chat. So feel free to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Some people are doing it on Instagram also these days. Yeah, I don't really post too much on Instagram. I think the last thing I posted was a picture of the kids on Instagram. So I'll figure it out. I mean, we're doing like shorts, rather than just Instagram lives and stuff, which I could possibly do that as well. I just haven't ever gone live on Instagram, like not once. But we'll figure it out. Twitter is a serious platform, apart from LinkedIn, of course. Twitter is a serious platform. I would say Twitter is. I mean, it tries to be serious, but there's a lot of, um, things that make it not. Twitter's like iffy on some days. Do you feel we need a new platform for crypto, like just for CT? Um, no, I would say you don't need a platform for crypto. What do you mean by platform for crypto? Like social media platform, streaming platform, something like that? I feel like everything has something there. So I would say no. Everybody has its own thing. Great time to buy Jasmy. Jasmy is at a low price. Yes, I was talking about it yesterday, and somebody mentioned to me about the 37 days of typical hold time of average hold time, and that's huge. Like seeing average hold time, that high, it shows that people are holding on to it for a long time and they believe in it and want to see it grow. Binance US just suspended USD withdrawals. Run, sell everything. I don't know about that. I don't know about running and selling everything. Good morning, Matt. Was curious to hear how long you think it might take Lunic to hit 1 penny after the repeg. Um, so honestly, you don't really even need that. I think it's more about the when the bull run will happen, right? Um, so if the bull run or when the bull run does happen, that's where you will see a massive increase for everything, including Terra Luna Classic, and a lot of the things that have more holders, more long-term holders, like Terra Luna Classic, maybe like Shiba Inu, or even to that point, whenever that does happen, it could be like Pepe, right? Things that have a longer hold time where people are holding the bag for a while, and a lot of people are holding the bag for a while. It creates a massive push. Now, this would have to get to a $70 billion market cap in order to hit a penny, which is not ridiculous. It is, up in the higher range, especially for right now, and even for the bull run that we saw before, the previous bull run. Getting to 70 billion was a little bit tough on a lot of things, not on Dogecoin or Solana or ADA, you know, and not all of those are in the same category. But I would say once we see that next bull run, whenever that does happen, whenever the negativity or the attacks stop from the SEC, um, we'll start to see that clear picture of when that can take place. But from what they have, from what my these predictions that I've seen that were on Coin Market Cap said, I'll go through those predictions on when this can all line up, which is not horrible. It's not a bad situation to see this get to a higher level here, maybe a drop zero or anything. But I'll show you what it looks like. Give me a couple minutes. When do you see Lunic actually hitting $1? Again, we'll get into that prediction in a couple of minutes. I was thinking about a Cosmos hub, people from 50 plus blockchains, a common platform for everyone in the Cosmos to interact. But now, well, I have expanded that idea, and I think it may be entire crypto. Yeah, I don't know about that because I feel like it needs to be, you need to have that connection, and you're not bringing people over to this platform and solely having them in that platform, which is like, segregation in a way, right? You're segregating the market or markets. So I would probably say no, because you want to have a connection with everyone to make sure that they're like, hey, are you interested in crypto? Like, you know what, I've never been interested in crypto, but the people, if you have a separate platform for it, people are signing up that are interested in crypto, right? So I don't know, I would say no. You don't need to have a separate platform for everybody. You can include everybody, just have different sectors within those platforms. So like crypto, how you have a finance sector, you have a news sector, you have a gaming sector, you have all these different areas that people will go to or get pushed. God, I wasn't coughing all morning, but once I start talking, that's what happens. you'll be able to see a lot of things on Luna very soon. I'm ready, already making an immerse platform, but of course people won't know it's me. You will get to know about it though. Interesting. Um, hey YouTube dude, you in TikTok? Yeah, I'm here. YouTube dude, I have a name. Why is APU coin so strong? Even with this Binance disaster. I was trying to see if that was like one of those ones where you're like APU coin. You know, it has like a play on words type of thing. Something you're saying secretly. But I don't know which APU coin you're talking about. I guess it's a poo coin. Like from Simpsons? It doesn't look like it's strong. Maybe that's the wrong one. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's strong. But let's check it. So currently up, I guess 56%. That's what you're seeing here, up 56%. You're seeing 4 zeros, level of 1 billion coin supply, $7,341 worth of volume, only a $31,000 market cap. So I would say the reason why it looks so strong is because any type of movement into it, any like $1,000 that goes into it will move it a drastic amount, right? The volume will be up a massive amount with that low amount of volume. So it's not something that's absolutely exploding, because it's not. And if you think that this is exploding, I mean, you could potentially see a massive gain, but depending who's investing into it, I would say if we're looking back here from the 29th, you know, you've seen very little volume that has gone into a very little of effect. But if something does happen to where you can, and this is without knowing any other information, if something does happen to it, and you see a lot of volume that goes into it, or a decent amount of volume, you could see, 100, 200, I don't know, 300% gain within a quick move. But again, that all depends on what's going to happen. And there's not a guarantee that something like this is going to happen. I mean, it's up, again, 81% at this point. So I would say the volume definitely is something that you have to be concerned about. Yeah, but the market cap is at a low point as well. I read the Howie carefully yesterday and truly believe we would be in danger with the SEC. We are manually adjusting the price for a profit. I did a video on it, so I didn't check out the video. I guess I'll have to give it a look. But that sounds interesting. I mean, I know Fire King has said this, that he um, really believes that a lot of the cryptocurrencies will be in trouble besides like Bitcoin. And it's because you're really going into the definition, really trying to understand exactly, what's happening with these cryptocurrencies, and if they're going to be able to exist the way that they are, or if things are going to have to change and the definition is going to have to include an exception type of thing. And that could be the situation. Because I don't think cryptocurrency is going anywhere. And if the U.S. has certain rules and regulations that go against owning crypto, a lot of these crypto companies will move on to other countries, and it will be horrible for the U.S. because the U.S. would not have that digital form of currency. We would be behind, kind of behind the eight ball, because the government will be creating whatever they can create. Or Bitcoin would just be that only thing that we look into, which would make no crypto companies want to have US users, right? Because we would only be buying Bitcoin, keeping Bitcoin at the peak point, even though we feel like ADA or Solana or something else is worth a lot more. So it's something that I do worry about, not only for the sake of like my portfolio, but also, um, for the sake of the U.S. Honestly, digital assets, digital currency is the future. You get closer and closer to a point to where we are not even experiencing, no, don't even have cash at all. A lot of places are like, we don't accept cash. If you have any type of cash, take this and get a card, right? Even to students, a lot of students will get cash from their parents going to like Hershey or something. You go to Hershey Park and you want to spend cash, you can't. You gotta get a card, and then you can end up using that card. So it's getting very, very close to not using cash at all, and then we're getting close to not using fiat currency, and more about using the digital currency, whatever that is. So it's definitely something that I worry about, uh, and it really depends, because certain projects are worse than others when it comes to um, the definition of an unregistered security. So we'll see. We will see. I think I'm currently developing a 3 to 5 chain, which has been listed as a security, but the small chains I'm working on haven't been. So I don't know. There are many. There are many more. There are 3 stable coins on Cosmos, including one by Day. Let me see. Did you do the XRP video? Because my comment on the last live stream, Matt. Did I do the XRP video? Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what comment it was, but I know it was because of a live stream. We talked about XRP, um, but I can't say it was because of one person. It was probably multiple comments, but one probably. When I go back, I look at certain things, and if we have a conversation over something, that's where I get the idea to continue that conversation or expand on that conversation. Like Mike Saylor said, I can't see that. It's all alts won't exist, and all money will flow through BTC. What do you think, Matt? Um, what do I think about all altcoins not existing? I don't agree to that. I don't agree about that. I think they will exist. It's just whether they will exist in the U.S. That's where conversation gets a little bit tricky, because if we have the SEC that's attacking every single cryptocurrency project as well as exchanges, and they just go, okay, well, we're not going to be bankrupt. What we're going to do is we're going to move outside the U.S. There's so many other countries that now will allow these crypto exchanges and these crypto projects to exist. So if we have some sort of a definition, or a wide range definition, some sort of big umbrella definition that brings all of these cryptos underneath that one umbrella of being an unregistered security, that's not a good thing for the US, honestly. So I think it could be right, but for separate countries, you're looking at the US and it's like, all right, well, they have this definition. We landed on this to where cryptocurrency can't exist here, and now you can't have that digital currency. The only digital currency you have is BTC, but then the world currency becomes something completely different. At least we can all get behind whatever the world currency will be, whether that's XRP, Ethereum, BTC, whatever it is. We can all get behind it by supporting these crypto exchanges, by supporting cryptocurrency in general. And then, we'll be set up to use that currency and not be left behind, right? Because if it ends up being a different currency and we're sitting here with only BTC, and BTC is the past, what happens? The US doesn't have, I guess the value of the dollar is not at the level that it should be. The cryptocurrency that we hold is kind of old news. So I'm ready for Elmo and Luna Rocket. Yeah, I mean, I was going into, let me get into some detail here. We got 112 people here. I appreciate you guys for being here. If you haven't had a chance to hit the like button, please do so. It does help out. Uh, I appreciate it a lot. Man, I hope you get well soon. You should get to a doctor. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's all about allergies, first of all, and then taking the nasal spray that I was taking. I was getting like a post nasal like drip down there, and every time I took it, I would get like a massive like or a cough, right? It would be just coughing fits that I would get into, especially at night, and then it would create sore throats, and it's just a problem. So I stopped taking the nasal spray because I was taking it twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day actually, when only recommended for twice. But now I'll just stick with a um, clogged nose. That's fine. I'd rather take that than coughing uncontrollably. Like right now, when I talk too much, yeah, that's what happens. But if I don't talk, I'm fine. And that's what I do. I talk for literally an hour, hour and a half every day. Stop lies. Stop. Wait. Stop. You're starting to say stop lying. Stop lies to people. There's no way Luna can recover. People won't burn their coins. Um, there are 6 trillion coins and only 18% that's staked. A majority is in the hands of the few. They won't burn. So understand that 18% is high. Typically, you're seeing around 10%. Now, with some of the bigger projects, you see higher percentages, like in ADA. You'll see a higher percentage, like with a uh, what was Algorand, where you had the percentage over there in Coinbase. I don't think you have the percentage anymore, the APY. Atom, you'll see a higher percentage of people that are staking the position. So, higher than 10% is good. Seeing 18% that staked is phenomenal. But it's not only about that. Understand that with the amount of people that are invested into it, it creates definitely some more popularity in a bull run. So that's the reason why you can see this thing push up. Now, some of the predictions that I've seen, it depends on if we have burns. Now, it's not on if people burn their coins. It's if we see exchanges that decide to have standard transactions to burn, just like we would have a fee. If they had standard transactions to burn, we would see all of this supply burn down. We would see a level to where we can recover. But that's the issue, is that we don't have that. And I think we could have easily done that from the beginning. And now it's going to be more of a fight to try and get exchanges to do such a thing. But I went into this prediction. I saw this on CoinMarketCap. It was over here to the right, going into some predictions for 2050, all the way up to 2050. And I thought some of these things did line up a little bit. Right, when you look at the maximum price, minimum price for Lunic, and you're looking at 2022 all the way to 2050, skipping some years as you get to 2030 to 2045 and all that stuff like that, right? So 2022, they're saying the max price could be a drop zero, which would be a $6 or $7 billion market cap. That's not horrible, right? I believe it could get to that point, $6 or $7 billion market cap. But then as you see 2023. So this was 2022. Sorry, that's not true, because that already happened. So I guess that didn't really line up. But as we get to here, we're looking at 2023. At the end of 2023, they're saying that we could see about a point or a 40% of a penny level. So 41% of a penny level, which is not unbelievable. For some reason, I thought this was 2023, but I guess this was created in 2022. So they weren't really lining up on that, especially with all the things that have happened with the SEC, bank failures, and exchanges and all that stuff that collapsed and everything there. So 2023, again, could be possible. It's definitely leaning more towards the minimum price rather than the high price. So we'll see how that does play out. But as you get to 2024, where people think that we're going to see a massive bull run, we may end up seeing that at a level where it could break that 1 penny mark, which would be a $70 billion market cap if we see that bull run that happens. Now, everything else that comes along with it, if you see 2025 and get up to 1 cent or 2 cents, 2 cents would be a $140 billion market cap. Not ridiculous. It is definitely high compared to where cryptocurrency has been in the past. and where cryptocurrency is now. But it's not absolutely ridiculous or unbelievable to get to those levels. Do you know what I mean? Especially with something that does have a massive community behind it, even though we don't know the path. Now, when you start to get into other levels like 2026, 7 cents, get into 11 cents, 32 cents, or 73 cents, or even $5.19 in 2030, you start to understand that you have to see burns within that. Are we projecting that we're going to see massive burns within this position? And that's the reason why we're going to see this. But then also 2050, getting back to not only just a minimum price of $139, which would be more than what the peak point was, getting to $159 of a maximum price. So it's uh, it's really crazy. It's really crazy to see how the predictions go for a lot of these positions, especially Terra Luna Classic, because it really does depend on some other things that are happening. It really does. I think you really like shoes because Jordan's. You're showing all these ads. Yeah, I don't know why it's showing that many. I actually have those shoes, so that's why I don't. I guess maybe it's. Oh, the Chicago's though. Oh, wait, let me go back here. The actual Chicago's. Those are pretty good. I don't know why it's showing goat. I've never shopped on goat. I guess it's probably because I like shoes. I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. Um, will there be a point where the U.S. has a lot of has lost its opportunity to be the global player in the crypto space? That's what it seems like, right? The fact that they're fighting crypto. What's crazy is we saw reports that Gary Gensler was like reaching out to Binance to kind of be like, you know, sort of a part of it or an advisor, just to, I guess, maybe help out the crypto space. I don't know, growth in the crypto space, be a part of the crypto space. But now it's like all against crypto. And it just doesn't make sense. And honestly, I don't want to make this like political in any way, but um, the when Republicans are in office, it's all about profits. Honestly, when Democrats are in office, it's not really about profits. It's about more what can you do with those funds to help out some individuals and situations and get everybody back on their feet to a kind of a level playing field. Really, understand that I'm not a Republican nor a Democrat. I don't identify with either of those. I just like good ideas, and I like the positives of each side, right? I know that, running a country like business savvy wise is more of like the Republican side of things, and you understand how to make profits and all that stuff. But when it comes to the other side, it's not really about profiting per se. It's about getting to a point to where everybody's comfortable, then you can profit. But it goes back and forth. So maybe when you see a Republican in office, cryptocurrency absolutely changes and the stock market changes. That's typically what we end up seeing. I mean, it's all about businesses and corporations and everything there. Now, I don't want to make this political. I don't want to make this like any type of thing there, but that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. And that's why people are like, hey, 2024, when 2024 happens, that's when we're going to see the markets run. And it's not just because of like, hey, this is when this is supposed to happen here. It's about maybe it's more like you think that Republicans are getting in office. I don't know. But honestly, I just want to see the markets thrive. And I'm pro seeing businesses thrive and collect massive profits, but I'm also, about the other side as well and making sure people get reasonable prices and stuff like that. So that's what I think will change everything. Blah, 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 blah. I see Parabolic Move coming. Love to see it. Uh, it's on their input output channel. That's what I think will change everything. They have been working on it for a long time since that video came out, or since that video came out 8 months ago. After that, uh, CH has mentioned um, a couple of times. So it's a very hush hush thing if you're interested in nearby stuff and Cardano. Oh, nerdy stuff in Cardano. I said nearby. Is there any idea on how much longer this XRP case is going for? So honestly, I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to go. Um, it's been such a long time that all of this stuff can just keep getting pushed along. And I think it's probably nearing its end with the fact that um, they have kind of gone after Binance and Coinbase and everything. It's making me think that it's near its end, but it's not confirmed. It's not. Are you live on YouTube? Yes, I'm live on YouTube also. Okay, your XRP price. My XRP price. I mean, I see XRP reaching back to a level of $2 soon, but then we have a lot of predictions in the range of $10 all the way up to $100,000. Now, I'm not so sure that $100,000 will happen, but I'm not saying that it's 100% not going to happen. So my goal for that is to hold on to at least 100 as I'm making my sells on the way up. So if I see it get to a level of $10 by that level, I definitely will have 100 sitting in there that I'm not going to sell. But the rest of it, can't say that I wouldn't pull it out. Um, Republican is like the money making rough husband, and the Democrat are like the soft caretaking wife. Maybe we can say that, or we can keep it in one gender, and we can say, you know, the the money making, no time for your kids type of husband, and then the Democrat is the husband that is more of the soft caring, um, stay at home, but maybe makes a little bit of money from here to there. Um, XRP definitely $1. It's yeah, I would agree, definitely $1. There's no way that's not hitting $1 in the near future. Hi Matt, can you share your thoughts on Tigger? Is it a Winnie the Pooh type of thing? Currently down 10% or 11%. We're seeing only $1,000 or $2,000 worth of a market cap with $694 worth of volume. That's not a good sign. You had this since the 8th, so it went from 1.3 cents all the way down to this low point that we're at now of 0.0003577, down 97% from the all-time high, you would see, or from the start. So this is not a good situation, right? You're seeing that the volume to market cap ratio is higher at 37%, but it doesn't really mean anything when you have a very, very low amount of volume. Um, so if you go into the holders, you're seeing 807 holders within it. I don't know what happened within it. I guess you may have seen like a little bit of a rug pull. um, so yeah, you had 29%. I mean, it's not really a rug pull because you still have the money in the um, liquidity, right? But then you have a lot of wallets that may have bought it up and sold off, but then didn't see any value within it. So it doesn't look like it's going to give you any type of massive push to it. It's been around for a while, and you've seen this do nothing but really collapse to a lower low, down 97%. So I can't say that I would get behind something like this. You're seeing 100 million total coins, but I can't say that I would get behind something like this because, one, it doesn't have the markets. Two, it doesn't have the volume, and that's wise because it doesn't have the markets. And three, the chart just doesn't look great, right? If you're going to see support within it and you have a select team or a select group that's going to support it, um, you would see way more support in where it is or where it was, but, maybe it was heavily diluted. And the crazy thing, even though you're only seeing 5.1% or 5.1% here or 5.1 million, you have the ability to dilute this by 20 times, even at this price. So it's not really something that I would be excited for. even if it does find a way to skyrocket, it would be heavily diluted because, again, you have 5.1 million that's out there in circulating supply. I have 500 XRP, and the plan is to sell 100 at each pump point. That's a good strategy. Again, for me, it's just about I don't have a select strategy on where I'm selling it. I haven't built that yet because it's not really a lot of coins. But I think what I'm going to do is eventually, like I said, have 100 XRP left over that I'm holding for the long term. Even if it gets to like $10, or if it gets to $10, I'm still not gonna do anything with it. Gonna hold on to that. Even if it gets to 20 or $100, you'll still see me hold that position. Why will I hold that position? Because I feel as though it could be worth a lot more. So I will take profit as time goes on. It gets to $10, I'll probably only have 100, and then I'll let that live for the rest of time. And I wish you would take my advice and see a doctor. I suffer for years until I got the shots. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I appreciate you caring. I'll definitely figure it out. I'll go see a doctor at some point. Not only about this, if there's something else. Like if I break my arm, I'm like, oh yeah, I broke my arm, and I also have allergy problems. No, I'm just playing. I'll figure it out. Thank you though. Hi Matt. What's your view on Milady meme? Elon Musk tweeted this, and now it's crashed hard. So this is what I was saying in the beginning. I talked about Milady twice, maybe even 3 times at this point, and I said how if he doesn't talk about it again, it will crash. It's not something to where um, it can survive just off of one tweet. It needs the support of a community, and there was no community behind it. It was just people following what he said. So once he says one thing, you see the pump, and then people realize that it hit a certain high. They sold off, and then some of those people were like, "Hey, you know what? It's at a lower point. Let's get into it. If he mentions it again, it's going to skyrocket." But what's the chances of him mentioning it again, right? For Dogecoin, he mentioned it a few times and had a lot of subtle hints to what that is. But for this, he really didn't mention it at all after that. So I said that it probably wouldn't survive. You would see it get up to a certain point. It would rise all the way up to a high, decrease down, create a low. People would be interested in it, then create a lower high and create a lower low and just completely fall off not the face of the earth, but fall off and hold at those lower levels. So I knew that that would happen. That's why I didn't invest into it. Because there was definitely a chance that it could be mentioned multiple times and you could make a lot of money from it. But the chances were, for me, it was it was like slim to none, really. I follow everything they do on GitHub, and if they are not working, you're talking about Cosmos. Uh, Guys, we have to take a look at Santos. I really think in the healthy at the move right now. I get about 50 XRP free every month from buying food and paying certain bills. Get 4% cash back on XRP in the UK on Uphold. That's fantastic. That's amazing. Glad that you're doing that. Or I'm glad that they allow that. You should go through Agora sometime. Those who don't know me. Um, Look how good the Dems have done with California. Mass exodus. Please don't come to Tennessee. Stop in Mississippi. I mean, I'm not a. Like I said, um, there's good things, there's bad things about both sides, all sides, I would say. What's your opinion on AMP? I had AMP before. I just didn't like the dilution potential. I don't know where it is now. But yeah, We've seen Terra Luna Classic go back and forth from breaking that level, adding a zero and dropping a zero at the same time. The good thing that I like to see is the fact that the volume is up 43%, up to 122 million. And the volume to market cap ratio is 21%. That's fantastic. And I would love to see an absolute explosion from this, but you know, Terra Luna Classic is starting to get a little bit of life again. We noticed that on YouTube. We noticed that on Google, Google Trends. So it's definitely getting a little bit of more life when it comes to the cryptocurrency market, more than what you see with Shiba Inu. When you make videos and you create some videos and they get a little bit more traction than the next video, and you know that's the topic that everybody wants to hear about. It seems like everybody right now really does want to hear about the repeg and what people think about the repeg and where things are going with the repeg. That's where a lot of views are actually coming from and what's going to happen after that. Thanks, man. I took a risk and got 1 billion Milady meme coins, hoping for the high risk, high reward possibility. Yeah, it could happen, but it's just so difficult to really figure out if that's gonna be the case, if it's gonna play out that way, because it all depends on somebody else, so many other people to do so much, and that's what really investing, um, is all about. It's about other people, institutions, more money that's flowing into it because most likely your money is not going to be something that pushes it sky high. And if it is, then most people are reacting off of what you just did. So it's a tricky game that you're playing. If you're investing too much money, people react to what you did and they sell the position. If you're investing too little money, you're hoping for other people to do what you can't do, which is invest a hell of a lot of money into it. You know? I have 165,000 Jasmy. What have you heard about the lockup and how much of a difference do you think it will make on the price? So I haven't heard much about the lockup. I've only heard very minimal stuff about the lockup. So it's not been like crazy. But a lockup would essentially um would be great for Jasmy coin. The reason why it would be great for Jasmy coin would be because right now it's at a lower price. It would be great for you, and investors that are in beforehand, because if you are invested at a certain point, let's say it's currently at 40% of a penny, yeah, that's where it's at, 41% of a penny, something like that, and you see the price or the overall supply start to dial back, and it comes down to a level of 20 billion coins. Well, that opens up the door for it to get to $1 much easier. So while you're seeing that, instead of it getting to being at a $50 billion market cap at $1, it would need to be at a $20 billion market cap to be at $1. So seeing that lockup would benefit a lot of the holders that bought in previous to that. And then you could take some profit as time goes on and, do whatever you wanted to do. But then you could also see a long-term effect of it, um, you know, because as you see time go on, as you see a massive bull run that does happen, you see higher and higher market caps that it can get to. As the sector becomes more popular, you get to higher and higher market caps. And whether that means they instantly start to dilute the position as soon as they see that, um, then I don't know. But from what I understand, the lockup is supposed to be for a certain amount of time, for about 12 months. So if you're locking up for that period of time, they can't react with those coins that were locked up. So all the people that are taking, profit during that time, um, you know, you're going to see so many gains, right? So that's what I'm seeing out of it. Now, this is the bare minimum to see out of it because you haven't had a lot of information. So we'll have to see as time goes on what's going to happen there. But I have 236,000 anyways too. Luna is lucky most CEX volume happens on Binance with them burning some of their fees. So understand that they're not lucky that most of it happens on Binance. Most of it happens on Binance for a reason. It happens on Binance because one, it's a very popular platform. But two, they also have the a part of it, I can't think of the name now, Binance Convert, where you can convert free, so you don't have to have any fees with Lunic. If most of the fees went through, if most of the transactions or all the transactions went through spot and margin trading, we would see a massive amount of burns because 60% of the volume goes through that. So they're not going to do that. If they would have done that, you would have seen billions, probably even hundreds of billions that would have burned instead of, tens of billions. So, yeah, my throat is burning. All of this talking and how I'm talking through my nose, it's like really nasally. Logically, you can make 17% losses every 21 days if you stake and unstake. You can't make 17% losses. It. Good morning, Matt. What do you think about numbers protocol crypto? There's so many cryptocurrencies. Uh, um, $15 million market cap. Looking at the ratio, 3.5%. Not horrible, but not the best. You're looking at $524,000 worth of volume. You would love to see millions of dollars worth of volume, but it's not really the end of the world there. How many markets is available on? Available on many markets. KuCoin, you see HG, you see Crypto.com, MEXC. So definitely something that has some legitimacy to it. If you look at the overall supply, the circulating supply, you have 382 million, which does open the door for dilution. So that's something you may want to be a little bit worried about, which you do see that in protocols a lot, the open door for dilution. So that's sort of understandable. If we scroll down here and look at the holders, you have only 974 holders. So you would like to see, I guess, a lot more within the position. Um, you do have some open wallets. You're seeing an open wallet 9%, 8%, 8%. That's something you need to kind of question. 4% that's there. But again, the legitimacy is, within the amount of exchanges that it's on and the amount of life that it has had. So if we go through and look at the chart for all history, we've seen this get to a level of $2.35, has decreased heavily. So I would imagine this was because of dilution. So if you look at the price versus the market cap, you see this at a high price here, $2.25. Dilution happened. And even though this was at a $54 million market cap, this was also, right at a $44 million market cap on the 28th of March. So if you go back here on the 28th of March, you're looking at a way lower price of 50 cents. So it's being heavily diluted. And that seems like that will be the case. Anytime you see any type of pump, you'll see the dilution that happens within it. So once I get past that dilution, then you probably can make a move into it and hope for the best. But it looks like consistently losing value long term. So you got to be aware of something like this. Now it is at a lower price, and people will say, "Oh, it's at the lowest price possible." But no, this just starts a whole new trend of dropping, right? Getting from 10 cents and dropping all the way down to a level of maybe even less than a penny with more dilution that is happening. So you see this, how it's at 10 cents on the June 10th, 2022, and now you're seeing it on June 9th, 2023. You're seeing it at a lower price, and you're like, oh, well, it just decreased in price. No, they actually, you're actually looking at a dilution that's going into it. So consistent dilution within it brings this to a higher market cap than it was before on June 10th. June 10th, you saw an $11 million market cap, and now you're seeing a 14 or $15 million market cap. So heavy dilution within it. And it seems like they just continue that. So you would think, like I said, like, oh, they're at the lowest price possible because you see how consistent this is or whatever. But No, it just starts a new trend. Just cut it off here, and now you're seeing that new trend of decreasing. And you can even see it in the market cap to where it looks like it's level, and all of a sudden it's up to a $28 million market cap. But the price hasn't changed. So just beware. All right, guys. So I'm about to head off of here. I got Harper upstairs. I need to go through and give her breakfast at 8 o'clock. Giving her breakfast, and then I also have a crypto meeting at, or technically a Patreon meeting at 10 o'clock. If you guys want to have one of those meetings, we do like once a month meetings. You go over to Patreon, sign up for the highest level that we have there, and we can set up a meeting, a one-on-one, go through different financial situations. None of it's financial advice. I just want to see what you're doing here, and hopefully, with some of my strategies, you can figure out, how to trade maybe more effectively, how to invest long term more effectively, and especially in some of these down markets, to remain either at a positive or to kind of stay flat. I've been able to stay sort of consistently flat during this whole entire, downturn that we've seen for the past 1.5 years, at this point. So, or a full year of a bear market, and now it looks like 1.5 years, I guess. When it comes to crypto, that's how far it has been. But for the stock market, we've seen things drop as well, for a long time. So you want to make sure you're staying, flat. You want to make sure you're finding other investments to get into that will get you back to the break even point. And I think that's something that I have been able to do consistently. So I'm happy about that. But anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I gotta stop talking because the back of my throat is on fire. But yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for all the members that are here, the conversations we had today. I'm sure we'll create some videos based on these conversations. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here, and I will catch you guys in the next video.